Customer acquisition cost, or CAC, is one of marketing's most used and feared KPIs. CAC is the totality of your costs over the number of customers acquired over a period. There is some debate on what should come under costs, but typically it's all those costs involved with directly acquiring a customer. Think campaign costs, salaries, tech subscriptions, etc. The idea with CAC is that you shrink those costs, boost the customers, and over time, you'll bring down CAC. Simple, right? Only one problem. You typically find that these two are inversely related. That is, to increase customers, you spend more cash, run more campaigns, hire more sales reps, etc. Which means that CAC is all about balance, finding that sweet spot for your business and where it is in your growth journey. So why should B2B marketers work with customer acquisition cost? The beauty of CAC is that, firstly, it measures how good you are at acquiring customers efficiently. Secondly, it encompasses the totality of customer acquisition spend. Third, it measures accounts who actually proceeded to purchase, and only these accounts. And finally, it's a versatile metric. It can be used at different levels of analysis, from high level to the granular. Which brings us to the question of reducing your customer acquisition cost wisely. Step 1. Before even considering using CAC as a KPI, you need to make sure you're tracking and measuring your customer journeys. For starters, tracking your customer journey will help you evaluate what time span to set for your CAC calculation. In a recent report we ran at Dreamdata, we found that the average B2B customer journey from first touch to won is 192 days. So setting a monthly or quarterly report isn't really going to work. Secondly, when it comes to the question of actually reducing costs, you need to have the capacity to identify the efforts that are having an impact on revenue far down in the pipeline. Simply cutting and slashing costs blindly or using only upper funnel metrics could see you accidentally cut the goose that lays the golden eggs. Step 2. So what is a good CAC? Of course, this depends on your business, but the CAC customer lifetime value metric can be a useful barometer to assessing whether you need to start bringing CAC down. You can check out more about how to calculate this ratio in the post below. Ideally, you want your CAC to LTV ratio at something between 1 to 3 and 1 to 5, which means that for every dollar you spend in acquiring a customer, you get $3 to $5 back over their lifetime. But again, to reiterate, unhelpfully perhaps, that the ideal CAC LTV ratio will very much depend on your unique circumstances. Step 3. Where you are in your growth journey is also a big factor in how much attention you pay to CAC. In the early stages of high growth, profit margins are much less a concern than demand gen and brand building, which means spend too little on your efforts. You might lower your CAC, but your growth might start looking a little slim too. After all, if you're in a growth mode business, a high CAC now might mean a lower CAC down the line. So with all this in mind, you're now ready to start reducing your CAC wisely.